I'm out here chilling in Leimert Park, right across the street from the famous World Stage. I have yet to go in there, but I hear the jazz music pumping. And I'm chilling right now with Black LA.
What's up,
What's the
y'all?
deals?
What's up?
So please introduce yourselves to the people out there.
I'm High Traveler, Black LA, representing.
Word.
Kelly Don, Black LA.
Alright. So tell me a little bit about yourselves, like, you know, your respective stories, where you guys started from. Let's start over here.
Well, I mean, just from LA, just growing up. Just definitely always been a music fan. My dad was always into jazz, always playing the jazz records and the reggae. So I just always took a kin to such things. You know, when he would be playing his jazz records at night, I'd be in my bed, like freestyling in my head to it, all the different little riffs and stuff. So it's definitely how it started. From there, it basically just progressed into trying to take other people's rhymes, formulate it into your rhyme. I used to always take LL Cool J rhymes, turn it to my own, pretty much just progressed from there, and you know, decided to take it seriously in high school and linked up with Cali Don through the homie Perfecto and Vainglory, and it was a wrap from there.
For sure. And how about for you?
For me, I started when I was young because I had older cousins, and they put me on shit when I was like maybe 9 years old. So I just always was attracted to like Abby or MCs like the Micah Nines, the Spheres, the niggas that had more of that ether force. You know what I mean? When they rapped, this shit was like stupid. I was always attracted to that shit, so I was never really into like too much normal hip hop shit. But I started when about that age. Always was in crews. I remember the crew list goes long, on and on. I was actually in a crew called Latter-day Saints with Perfecto. Then that's when I became cool with a lot of niggas, and I met our Traveler through that. It was a good match because even out the crew, we was the ones that had that same understanding of like, we trying to take this hip hop shit to a higher, you know, level for the people and actually give them some music that they've been wanting to hear.
So let's talk about the rhyme styles for right now. Like, what are some of your influences on that? Like, how did you find your style? Like, was it just by experimenting? Was it by accident? Or you just decided to try it one day and it worked? Or
I mean, style's just basically myself. You can't duplicate yourself. Nobody else could duplicate me. So it just basically comes from the essence of everything that I'm attracted to, everything that I read, everything that I observe, you know what I mean? And everything that I'm into. One of the things I'm into is definitely the use of language, the use of words, and the use of like just poetic devices within the rhyme style. You know what I mean? I'm into like dwelling in the hood. I'm into going to the liquor store to cop a Black and Mild. I'm into reading Ivan Van Sertima. I'm into all these things. So it's just combining that and not being scared to share that with the people. You have a lot of MCs that are into these things, but yet when you talk to them off mic, you know what I mean? They share all this knowledge, all this wisdom. Then as soon as they get on mic, do their songs, they talk about the same old shit everybody's talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's all played out. I do this, I do that. I go to the club. It's like, yeah, that's cool. I go to the club too, but there's other things to share in your experience. And so that's definitely what I want the essence of my style, and basically generally the Black LA style to be, is to capture all them little nuances that you do, but you kind of act like you don't want to talk about. And that's definitely where we come in.
How about for you?
Man, it started to listening to dope niggas, like just dope cats, and being inspired by that, you know, in any music form, whether it's like Phil Renillin or Alice Coltrane, or I just came across a lady named Delia Derbyshires, the first synth lady to record synth. She actually did the soundtrack for Doctor Who. It's just coming across niggas that's like Sun Ra is a big influence of mine. And then when it comes to hip hop, just always listening to dope cats. I remember when I first heard Ras-Cat spit. I remember when I first heard AC Alone, Book of Human Language. Like that was pivotal for me because it's like, I was like, oh, this is like scholarly music. This is grown man music. But actually, it's still like, I'm only like 13, 14 years old, and I can still like peep a little bit of what he's saying. So it's just like, I always have my ear to that type of arrangement, but at the same time, I always like battling niggas, getting at niggas' necks, because it kind of keeps all that knowledge and that information that you have, it keeps it where it's like, it's still like, you could get out of niggas' neck. Like, niggas feel that flow, they feel the energy, like, it's like, that's kind of how I stay, like in that 3-point stance when it comes to the style. Like, I just try to keep it wet, like just very, like, ready to get at a nigga, you know,
Yeah.
just very aggressive.
Okay.
But I actually had to kind of tone that down because when I first started rapping, I used to be like super aggressive. Niggas used to be like, yo, sound like you want to fight it. You know, you take that hip hop so seriously, but now it's more like.
And you already kind of a big dude. You like 6 foot something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Able to take a dude head off. So they're like, damn, don't scare me.
So we learn how to, you know, be graceful. You know how to be graceful.
Right.
Out here with your style.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
keep
was
it nimble. Keep
Right.
the tongue nimble.
Now, in terms of the beats, you also have a very distinct style in terms of your beats. So how did that come about? Was that just a, you know, experimenting thing, or you know?
No, like I said, it really just came from my dad. Honestly, always listening to jazz records. My dad's a jazz bebop aficionado. You know what I'm saying? So you ask him any minor little question by any little player, he knows the answer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it basically came from always hearing those rhythms, hearing those sounds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like hearing the syncopated drums, hearing a little timing that's a little off. You know what I mean? It's basically just embellishing on that and add that hip hop flavor to it.
Right.
So that's basically where a lot of it comes from.
Okay.